What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outdoors with Creed. Today's video is going to be a little weird. A few weeks back, myself and my partner Brayden Lawrence, we fished a tournament on Lake Ouachita with the Arkansas Bass Team Trail. There's their logo. Great group of guys, or I guess I say people, because there are some ladies involved in it. So it's a great group of people. But I was trying to put that video together last weekend, I think. Anyways, I was trying to put it together, and I had everything edited, and I was going to upload it later on. Unfortunately, everything did not save. Even when I hit the save button, everything didn't save. So then when I got back home and got ready to upload it, the video wasn't there. And I had already deleted all of my footage off of my cameras, so everything was gone. So now I'm trying to do a video to recap that tournament. Right now, I'm trying to clean up my graph here because I'm going to be doing two things at once. I need to update my Garmin unit here. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and get that going. And then I will talk to y'all about how that tournament went. I just lost the cap anyways. Who cares? Don't need it. Alright. Okay, so I'll be jumping up and down, going back and forth to do that. So, anyways, we get out there at Lake Ouachita. It's cold. It was a cold one. And, you know, things were going slow, I should say. It was hard for us to get a bite. And we pulled up to a spot where there were some trees. And as we were fishing that area, I started throwing my swim jig. I believe I've already done a video on this setup. I'll leave it somewhere. But we were in these trees and I was throwing my swim jig around and finally got a bite, which I have pictures of that, so I'll leave the pictures on there so you can at least see the fish. But that one was the only one that we caught out of the whole tournament. Okay, so that one was the only one that we caught out of the tournament. We weighed in. The official weight on it was 1 pound and 87 ounces. So that was all we had. But later on, I found out that the whole tournament was not a total loss, because later on, looking at the tournament results, found out, and then I received this in the mail, that we still won a prize. So even though we had the smallest weight of the tournament, myself and Brayden, we still won a prize. We've got a tackle box loaded with Lucky Strike tackle in it, so we will be picking that up at the next tournament, which the next tournament is going to be next month. We probably won't be fishing that one because if everything works out, my family, we will be moving into a new house. So we have finally, we've been doing this for so long, trying to get to this point, but we are actually able to buy a house now. So hopefully that weekend of the tournament, which that tournament will be on Lake Darnell. So if y'all haven't already, subscribe to the Arkansas Bass Team Trail YouTube channel, because they usually will post the takeoff of the tournaments, as well as some of the guys out fishing. They'll get them on camera as they're fishing and stuff like that, and then they'll set it all up and put it on their channel. So head on over to the Arkansas Bass Team Trail YouTube channel. Also check them out on Facebook. They post a lot of the stuff. I think a lot of times they post the top 5 and just information about their tournaments and stuff. So look them up, give them a like, give them a shout out, especially if you're here in Arkansas. But again, this is my SixGill Sega 7-foot medium heavy rod. It's got the SixGill Chris 6-to-1 gear ratio, and it's a Screwy Louie Lures swim jig. I believe it's a 1/4 ounce. And that's what I was throwing. That was the only one I caught a fish on. Crazy thing is, if y'all watched the tournament from last year with me and my brother, where we were fishing on the Arkansas River, this is the exact same swim jig, same setup, everything is the exact same. Whoa, with them quick hands. This is the exact same setup that I caught 2 of my 3 fish in that tournament. I didn't change anything. So I think the only thing I changed was I put a different trailer on here for this tournament because that other one was pretty ate up. Which this one looks like I'm gonna have to do the same because the hook's coming out of the side. But anyways, that was the same setup. That was the only fish that we caught. But like I said, I was trying to do this video to basically recap the fishing tournament because I had the video set up so you could have saw the fish catch and everything, and I blew it. I had everything edited. I thought I saved it all to one of my memory cards on my camera, so that way when I got home I could upload it later on. But then I found out that none of the stuff had saved to the memory card, so I did not have the video. So I'm sorry, I blew it, y'all. Next time I won't make that mistake. I will make sure that I have plenty of time to do my editing and uploading while I'm at the house, and then that way I don't have to worry about that stuff. But as I said, next tournament will be February, but I won't be fishing that one. So the one after that will be Lake Darnell. I'm sorry, Lake DeGray. Lake Darnell is the next tournament coming up in February. Lake DeGray will be the tournament in March. Hopefully we'll be able to fish that tournament. It'll be springtime, so the fish will be up on beds. They will be spawning. The water will be warmer, which means the fish will be a little bit more active. Hopefully we can get more fish in the boat and actually place pretty high in the rankings and maybe get a cash prize this time. So that's what we're hoping for. I need to grab my phone because I don't remember where I put it. It's right here with me. So that way, just give me 1 second, guys. Like I said, I gotta update my Garmin unit here. Ooh, I am sorry about that noise in the background. I have a car that's leaving from one of the neighbor's house, and it sounds like they need some work done on their brakes. Come on. Okay, while that's doing that, but yeah, that was pretty much it, y'all. Again, thank you to my sponsors, as always, SixGill, WooTungsten, Monsterbass, and BuckedUp. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all are wondering, the BuckedUp, it is health supplements, and why would I throw that in on a fishing video? Well, if you don't take care of yourself, it makes it pretty hard to be out on the water for a very long time fishing if you're not in somewhat of good health. So always take care of yourself. Again, thank you to my sponsors, SixGill Fishing, WooTungsten, Monsterbass, BuckedUp. Thank you to the Arkansas Bass Team Trail. Those guys, they put together a really good tournament. They had to change up some things, especially last year because of COVID and everything, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of still being able to get out and fish the tournaments and still comply with a lot of the COVID guidelines. We do a drive-through weigh-in. Basically, they have a station set up where you stop and get a weigh-in bag. You put your fish in the bag and then put your fish back in your live well with your aerators running. And then as you come around the stage, that's when one of the team members will grab the bag out of the live well, take it up to the stage, and then they'll weigh it, and then we take it over to a truck with a tank that all the fish are put back in, and then they're later released back into the lake. So it's a pretty good deal that we got going. We really need y'all's support to keep this going, because it's Arkansas, it's the natural state, so the more we can get out there and fish, the better. I think this thing is yelling at me, so let's see here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing going so I can update it. Alright. But that is all I really have. Again, it was a cold tournament. But we got out there. We battled the cold. We battled the wind. That was the biggest thing. The wind was blowing us around. We could barely stay on one spot and really fish it really good. But we made do with what we got. And again, you know, we only got one. But we got a fish in the boat. So biggest thing is we grind it out. I said ground. Jeez. We stuck with it. We grind it out, and we got one in the boat, and we won a prize. So hopefully next tournament a little bit better. Again, hopefully the bite will be a little bit better, and we'll get more fish in the boat. And next time, y'all, I promise I'll do a better job on my editing and getting videos posted. That's about it. About all I got. I gotta get this thing going and get this updated so that way okay, let me see here. I gotta switch this to my phone. Guys, this thing is so easy. Whatever unit you have, I'm sure you've all already worked with them. Continue searching for garment. Connected successfully. Transfer the information. And while that's going on, I cannot answer my phone at all, so which is okay with me. I got my other rod out here, my jerkbait rod. I got so tangled up that I had to cut out a lot of line. So I went out, got me some more line. So I'll be re-spooling this rod over here. Also, let me point this out real quick. Because it was so cold. Okay, at the beginning of the tournament, they threw something in our boat. And later on, I asked Brayden, I said, dude, what was that thing they threw to us? And he wasn't really sure. It was this. And we thought it was some kind of little tag or something. We wasn't really sure. It took me a while looking at it. And then I figured out what it was. Since it was cold, you know, if you catch fish deep down, the water is much colder down there. So they have a lot of air that can build up in them. So when you catch fish down deep and now you got them in your live wells, sometimes they'll build up a gas, and that gas will cause them to roll over and be belly side up, which is pretty harmful for the fish because now they're not able to swim correctly. So after looking at this, I figured out what it was. It is a needle. And this needle, what you do with this is, I've seen this done two different ways by professionals. Fred Rabanus, he's a major league fisherman. He was fishing with his son, and what you do is when you lay the fish down on the side, their pectoral fin, which is the fins that are on the side, you lay the fish down and you lay that fin down, and right there behind that fin, you go in at an angle under one of those scales, and you put this needle in there, and whenever you put it back down in your live well, you can either squeeze on them or just let them, you know, you got to squeeze it a little bit. But what it'll do is it'll help push all that gas out of them, and you leave it in there until you don't see any more bubbles coming out. pull the fish back out of the live well, and you pull the needle out, and then whenever you put your fish back in, the fish will be swimming upright, and it'll help them live longer while they're in your live well, and then you don't get penalties. The other way I saw it was another Major League Fisherman pro, Mark Daniels Jr. He just took his needle, stuck it down in their throat, done the same thing. You put them back in the live well, you kind of squeeze on them to help push that gas up out of them. Once he pulled the needle back out, put the fish back down in there, and the fish was just fine. He said that works easier for him. You know, it's a little bit easier, so whatever works for you, go with that. There are pamphlets and stuff that you can get to figure out how to do it the correct way, so that way you don't damage the fish. But I thought it was pretty cool that at the beginning of the tournament they gave everybody one of these. So that's definitely something I will hold on to, because it's not just in the cold times. Even when you're fishing out deep in the summer, especially summer times when the water is warmer, like I said, deeper water is going to be colder. So when you catch that fish and now you're hauling them all the way up to the top, they got that gas build up in them. Kind of like when you go diving. When you go deep sea diving, on your way up, you have to stop to decompress to let your body regulate. Otherwise, you got all that extra gas built up in you, and it could cause problems, and on your way up, you could eventually die. So it's kind of the same thing. So I've always been looking for one of those, and I thought it was pretty cool that those guys gave us one. So I just want to throw that in there. But again, I'm going to try to get this thing going. It's now showing that it's transferring. It's at 0%. So I've got a long wait. So I'm going to sit here and get this done. Put some fresh line on this jerkbait rod, because trying to cast into the wind, and I was getting a lot of backlashes and stuff. So get this worked out. But that's all I got, guys. Until the next time, you know, oh man, get out there, fish, hike, whatever, but get outside, do it safe. We got COVID guidelines, so do it safe. But that's all I got. So I guess until the next tournament, or until the next video, which I don't know what the next video will be, so I guess that means you guys will have to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified anytime I put out a video, smash the like button, leave comments, share your videos, and you will have to see what the next video will be. So until then, see you guys later.